Hey, Zoe, why the hell did you reply that you're not coming?
Huh? What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the wedding invite you sent to my mom and dad's house, huh? Obviously, I was never gonna show up to that. Why would I go to my ex-husband's wedding? Have you ever heard of anyone doing that? Especially when we parted ways on such acrimonious terms. It was hardly an amicable divorce, Ricardo. Or did you totally forget about how you cheated on me with a 27-year-old 3 months into being married? Sure, she may not be the unlucky girl who ended up being the bride at your upcoming wedding, but that doesn't change the fact that you betrayed me. So please, tell me why I'd have any reason to show up at your wedding. I'm genuinely curious.
Jeez, look at you, reminiscing over the past like a love-struck teenager. I knew it. You do still have feelings for me. And you do know it's been over 5 years since we got divorced, right? It's time to let go, Zoe. You're obsessed.
I'm really not. Since when did people invite their ex-wives or girlfriends to their weddings? I've literally never heard of this happening. Besides, can't you see how disrespectful this is to your new wife? How do you think me being there would make her feel?
The reason I so kindly went out of my way to invite you is because I have a forgiving temperament and a big heart.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Do you have any more jokes, or are we done here?
Huh? Hey, I wasn't kidding, I'm serious. I see how it is. You're jealous of my new girlfriend, aren't you? I knew it. Guess I can't blame you. Anyone would be.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's right. My new bride. She's 19 years old.
Wait, what? Your girlfriend is 19 years old? Holy crap, wait a second. Ricardo, me and you are the same age, which makes you 45 years old. Do you have dirt on her or something?
Hey, watch your mouth. Mine and Helena's love is pure, I tell ya. Pure.
I see. All right. I guess that was rude.
It can't be helped that you're surprised. I should have seen this coming. After me and you got a divorce, I went on an epic search for the woman of my dreams. And the result of that was meeting Helena.
So you ended up dating a 19-year-old.
Everyone knows that when it comes to marriage, the younger girls are the best. I know I made the right decision to divorce you. Who needs a dried up old hag in her 40s? I hate to have to tell you this, Zoe, but you hit the ball a long time ago.
Wow, Ricardo. I see you're just as charming as ever.
I bet you're single, aren't you? Oh, go on, it's fine. I won't bully you, if you admit it. I swear.
I wonder.
What's the matter, babe? Cat got your tongue?
I have no reason to reveal private information to you, so I'm gonna go with no comment on that one.
Now, whatever. Listen up. If you want me to be happy, which I know you do because you still have feelings for me, then you better show up at the wedding. Guest list is rocking some big names. It's talk of the town. I'll be there or be square. I even went out of my way to prepare you a seat, so you better not let me down.
Like hell I'm going. Forget about it, Ricardo. I won't be there.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, look at what the cat dragged you in. I see you ended up coming after all that bluster about not showing up to my wedding. To be honest, I knew you'd end up showing. That's why I had you a seat arranged. I'm sure it's the last one by the exit at the back of the room, but a seat's a seat. Anyway, there was supposed to be one more couple getting married here today. Who do you think they are? You'll never believe what I heard. Apparently, the bride is a former pop star who retired 6 months ago. Press are all lined up outside waiting for her to show. Rumour has it she's getting married today. Could you believe what a coincidence this is? Who would have thought it? A famous pop star getting married on the same day as me. And Helena. This means we'll always have the same anniversary too. I'm so excited. You know, what an amazing, unexpected development this was. Oh, sorry. Did I make you feel even more pathetic than before? I guess it can't be helped when you're a dried up old hag, mid-40s. No guy in his right mind would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. Anyways, gotta go. Catch you later, loser. Hey, old hag. Wedding ceremony's about to start. Where are you? Hurry up or you'll be late. Did the stuff I said earlier finally make you realise how pathetic and tragic your life is? No, it's okay. Look, fear not, for there is hope. Seeing me and my beautiful 19-year-old wife get married might cheer you up. Maybe seeing her radiant good looks will remind you of the beauty you once had. Put a smile on your face for a short while, till you remember how pathetic you are again. Besides, I already arranged your seats. You have to show up now. How about thinking of this as an opportunity to face up to the miserable reality of the pitiable mess you call a life? Whatever. I don't care how you talk yourself into it. The bottom line is that you need to get your ass inside this wedding hall. Now. Quit screwing me around, bitch. This ain't no joke. Hand Eleanor back over to me, now.
Geez, Ricardo, would you shut up already? You've been bugging me with these messages all morning. Cut it out.
Shut up and tell me what you did with Helena. Where is she? Confess, now.
Huh? Confess? What are you talking about? Why would I know where Helena went?
You came to the wedding because you still have feelings for me, right? I had no idea you were plotting to do something awful to Helena the whole time. If I'd have known you'd do this, I would have never invited you to begin with.
Like I just said, I don't have a clue where she is.
Why'd you come to the wedding then?
You answered your own question in one of your earlier messages. There's another wedding here today, right? I'm here for that.
What? You mean the pop star's wedding?
Yep.
Why? How?
I suppose this is as good an opportunity as any. Allow me to introduce my husband and daughter.
Wait, what?
There's no way I'm going to let you meet them in person. But my husband's daughter from his last marriage is the pop star you were getting all excited over earlier. She's getting married today.
What the hell? What, you got married?
Yep, I got married. To a guy I met at work. We've been together for 3.5 years now. Today, I'm in the blessed position of being able to attend the wedding as his lovely daughter's mother-in-law.
Hang on a sec. Wasn't that pop star's dad the CEO of a major global company? If my memory serves me right, they're the biggest ice cream manufacturer in the world. Is it true?
Yep, that's my husband.
Holy heck. What crap's going on here? Not only did you manage to bag yourself one of the richest blokes in America, but you're here today, same venue as my wedding, to watch his daughter get married. You set this all up intentionally, get back at me.
Please, don't flatter yourself, Ricardo. I wouldn't waste my time on something so meaningless. It's just a coincidence, nothing more. You think you're surprised? My jaw almost hit the floor when I realized you were getting married here today. I made sure to fill my husband, as well as the bride and groom in on the circumstances, just in case. But if you're going to spam me with stupid messages like this, I have no choice but to turn my phone off.
Wait a sec, we're not done yet. You telling me you had absolutely nothing to do with Helena disappearing from the wedding hall?
How could it possibly have anything to do with me? I don't even know what she looks like.
I don't know. Maybe you investigated her beforehand.
You must think I have a lot of free time on my hands. Besides, if you have enough free time on your hands to be bombarding me with these asinine messages, maybe you should focus your efforts to find your darling somewhere that makes more sense.
Oh, God damn it. God freaking damn. How can a worn-out old hag like you be married to a high-spec CEO while all of this awful crap is happening to me?
Good evening, Ricardo. I just had to message you when I found out. You see, I happened to run into an old friend outside the wedding hall yesterday, and she told me something very interesting about you and Helena. Apparently, you paid her parents a huge amount of money for their daughter's hand in marriage, while completely ignoring the fact she had zero interest in marrying you. She even had a boyfriend who she's been dating since middle school.
Well,
Pure love. Don't make me laugh. You forced that poor girl into an arranged marriage.
her boyfriend's old news. I made her break up with him ages ago. That pipsqueak could never hope to compete with me. He's barely out of diapers.
He's the same age as your would-be wife, you sicko. When I found out, the penny dropped right away. Shouldn't it be obvious why Helena disappeared? Surely she ran away somewhere with her old boyfriend. To think she even left behind all the money for the cost of the wedding. She seems like a nice, respectable girl. She sure dodged a bullet in escaping from you.
No, Eleanor was supposed to be my wife.
Do you not see how forcing a 19-year-old girl to marry you while completely ignoring her feelings on the matter is wrong?
What the hell do you know about me? You're nothing but a stranger now.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Back when me and you tied the knot, why would you marry me in the first place if you thought it would be better to marry someone younger? If you weren't interested in me, then why didn't you just say so from the get-go and save us both so much unnecessary trouble? I sure as heck wouldn't have married you if I had any idea what a shameless, low-life scumbag you were.
'Cause I started to want kids.
What?
But when I realised that's what I wanted, you're already 40 years old. You hit the wall, though. As a guy, I was still old enough to have kids. But by that age, you'd already hit the wall. And having kids would have been difficult, to say the least. Besides, even if we did manage to conceive, there would have probably been all kinds of birth defects. That's what...
I have a son, Ricardo.
What?
My husband's a dad, of course. He's almost 2 years old. It's true, giving birth after 40 isn't as easy as when you're young, and we did go through our fair share of difficulties during the pregnancy and after the birth. But thanks to the support of our friends and families, not to mention the amazing work of the doctors and nurses, I became a mother.
Quit your lying. I didn't see a baby with you yesterday. Why wouldn't you bring him to the wedding?
He was with his grandparents, who are constantly spoiling him rotten. They were sat near the front row.
What?
For some reason, he wouldn't settle down when we tried sitting him with me, so we had to leave him with my parents for most of the ceremony. That's all. He was there the whole time.
You've got to be kidding me. Why is this happening? Things weren't supposed to be this way. Why are the good things only happening to you? It's not fair. I lost my beautiful wife. I was supposed to be spending yesterday evening consummating the marital bonds by deflowering my lovely Virgin Eleanor. This morning was supposed to be our first morning together as a man and a wife. I was supposed to wake up to the semi-embarrassed smile of my pure, innocent 19-year-old wife as she used my arm as a pillow. We whispered sweet nothings into each other's ears.
Ricardo, if you don't stop this right now, I'm going to throw up. You're so creepy and disgusting, it's unreal.
What?
I hate to have to tell you this, but you're not the hotshot stud muffin you seem to think you are.
How do you mean? I'm the biggest catch there ever was. Almost married a 19-year-old. How many guys my age are capable of pulling something like that off?
Almost being the key word. In reality, she hated you so much she abandoned you at the altar. You're not the spring chicken you once were, you know. If you don't start taking a more objective look at yourself real soon, you're in for a world of hurt.
Objective?
You're nothing but a sad old man with a case of narcissistic personality disorder so severe, it only rivaled your rapidly receding hairline. It's about time you had a long, hard think about your life. If you lack the self-reflective capacity to do so, I suggest you get used to being alone.
What the hell? What does that mean?
I have nothing more to say to you.
No, wait a sec.
We're done here.
Hey, so get ready to celebrate. I've decided to give you another shot at being my girlfriend. If you're still capable of having kids, then there's nothing stopping us from giving it another shot. However, I'm only willing to take you back on one condition. You have to leave the brat you already popped out with your current husband, who you'll be divorcing, like hell I'm raising another man's spawn. Once that's all been dealt with, you're going to provide me with children of my own. I want at least 2 sons. If we just had one, you'd get lonely. I decided young girls are too selfish to be considered as serious wife candidates. You're close to my age, still capable of birthing children, so having kids with you makes a lot more sense. I'm so pleased I realised when I did. Hey, pick up the damn phone. Why are you ignoring me? I'm giving you a chance to get back with me here. This is what you've been waiting for these last 5 years, right? This is your opportunity. I'm willing to let you give birth to my kids here, you dummy. Surely you wouldn't squander your golden opportunity? I'll change my mind if you're not careful. Please, I'm begging you. I don't have any money at all. I gave my entire last savings over to Helena's parents in exchange for her hand in marriage. So, please, can't we give things one last try? I need someone to provide for me financially for a little while I get back on my feet.
Can you believe Ricardo was seriously asking me, a 46-year-old woman, to give birth to 2 more children? Even if it was possible, the answer was obviously always going to be no. My main focus in life now is being a stay-at-home housewife to my husband and raising our beautiful baby boy. I couldn't be bothered to deal with my ex-husband, so I asked a mutual friend to send him a sternly worded warning. With that, he finally left me alone. Apparently, he desperately begged Helena's parents to give him the money he paid for their daughter back, given that she ended up pulling a vanishing act on him. Unfortunately for him, they totally ignored his frantic pleas. Word of his hilariously tragic fate somehow got out at his workplace, and with that, he became the butt of every joke and the favorite topic of every gossip monger in the building. Unable to bear the embarrassment, he resigned, worsening his already dire financial situation. A few days later, Helena's parents suddenly disappeared, vanishing into the aether along with their daughter. Ricardo may have actually had the grounds to take them to court if he'd had the means to do so, of course, after hiring a private investigator to track them down. Sadly for him, he was struggling enough just putting food on the table day to day, so a manhunt and a lengthy legal battle were the last things on his mind. Apparently, all of Helena's family and friends were aware of her impending elopement before the wedding, and she had the full support of those around her. Word has it that only a handful of people know where she actually went. But when I heard she's currently living happily in an undisclosed location with her boyfriend, I breathed a sigh of relief.
My goodness, Cameron, are you yet again just going to sit in your room all day working?
What is it this time, Mom? Are you really that upset about me working more? My company is currently fine with everything working remotely from home, so I'm going to take advantage of that for as long as I can in order to not pay for gas. And it's not like I'd be doing anything different in the office anyway. All the same work, I'm just doing it from my bedroom.
I do not like that.
You don't like it? Then take it up with the company. And I don't see you working right now, so I don't think you have a right to tell me whether you like the way I work or not.
Are you not aware of what everyone in this neighborhood thinks of you, though?
What? I don't care what they think of me. If they have a problem, then they should tell it to my face when I go out. Honestly, I don't get why you're even worried about what they all think, when you barely even stop to talk with anyone in this neighborhood yourself.
But from here to the bus stop that I walk to is your brother's university.
And?
That means that a lot of the friends that Trent has over live in this area and know who you are. And as far as I'm aware, all of his friends have seen you plenty of times and probably pick on Trent all the time, calling his older brother a neat and such.
Oh, I see. So that's what you think of me now. Well, you seem to be the only one that thinks I'm a neat, Mom. Because Trent has already explained to all his friends that I'm home quite often doing work, and that's why I'm never really leaving my room.
And I feel bad that your little brother has to explain to all of his friends why his older brother is a neat. You really are so self-centered when it comes to things like this, Cameron.
Would you please stop calling me a neat? It's not a nice word to be throwing around, and I can see where this conversation is going now.
If you could at least find yourself a job somewhere where you have to wear a suit every day and go into work, then I might be fine with you staying home every once in a while for work.
Just going into work wearing a suit does not make the job worthwhile to me. And these days, ever since COVID, there have been plenty of companies changing their structure to allow their employees to work remotely.
I understand that you're getting all worried about how people might view me, but this world has changed and nobody is bothered by me working from home. I am your mother, and I just want you to get a job where you actually mean something to this world and make the family look good.
I'm pretty sure I'm making us look good, considering the kind of salary I'm making and the fact I'm able to give you an allowance of $1,000 every month. And what is it with you always worrying about our appearance? It's very shallow of you, so quit it already. Now I have a meeting coming up here in a few minutes, so I'll need to stop talking with you.
Hey, hold it right there.
Cameron, sorry for asking this so late in the day, but would it be alright if I stay over tonight? Sure, come on over. What's going on today with you? I made a mistake on when some work was due by a whole day. I thought I had another day to work on it, but it's actually going to be due tomorrow. Dang, man. Thank God you realized that it's due tomorrow now before it was too late. You're dang right. I came home to Mom and she started to go off on me again about some petty crap yet again, and I wasn't able to focus on the work at hand. She's always gonna be that way, huh? Oh, don't say that like she doesn't affect you too. Originally, I was gonna ask one of my friends if I could go over to their place, but all of them have finished their work for this week and going out to party. So I'm in a bit of a pinch and need somewhere to get this work done. Honestly, I wish that I was already done with school and could be on my own. You don't have Mom constantly targeting you with things to complain about, making it so much easier for you to think and live. Well, I won't say that I really have to deal with her as often as you. Even growing up, though, she's always been on you about things, and I wondered why there was such a difference in the way she treated you and I. But as I got older and then became an adult that could sustain myself, I started to see the person she really is, deep down. And I have to say, I'm not pleased with her behavior at all. I really wish I was like you. Come on now, Trent. Look, you and I have been working on a plan for a long time now that'll buy you your freedom from her. So as long as you can graduate from your school, then you'll never have to deal with her nagging ever again. You can be as free as me. That's true, I guess. When you first told me about how much you wanted to get away from her, I was shocked. And I'm sorry for getting you all wrapped up in my mess. But the fact that you're helping me out is really appreciated, so thank you. I know you appreciate me. So, what time do you plan on getting here later tonight? Give me another hour and I should be there. I'll pick up something to eat from the grocery store on the way home, so you don't have to worry about making me anything. Wasn't going to. But what about breakfast? Can you make up some of your scrambled eggs for me? That stuff always hits the spot. Sounds good. I'll make sure to get up early enough to make some, so don't oversleep. And have a safe trip over here. Sweet! Thanks again for letting me stay over. Cameron, I've done it. Once I've graduated from here, I'll be able to work out on a ranch in Arizona. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, congrats on landing that job. Thanks. Now, I'll go and let Mom know that I got a job offering for your company so that she'll get off my back. I'm sure it'll become a small nightmare for you, but let's just hope everything goes as planned. Sounds good. I'll be ready. Now, you get back to enjoying the remainder of your life as a college student, because after that is where the really hard stuff called life on your own begins. Hey. You kidding me? I still have to finish up my final essay before I graduate, so things are not going to be anywhere near enjoyable for me. Cameron, can I come and stay at your place again? Yeah, alright, come on over. Honestly, you don't even have to ask me anymore.
Cameron, I think it's time I cut ties to you.
What? So we're having another one of these discussions. What happened to you this time that you didn't like?
I'm going to be supported and cared for by your recently graduated little brother from now on, so I no longer need you in my life anymore. I'm sure that you never heard anything about this. But recently Trent was offered a job by that very large company, Streeter & Sons, and so that's where he'll be going to work.
I see.
I know for a fact that at that company he will always be having to go into work wearing a fresh suit every day and will be seen as an elite. Luckily, it's not going to end up being one of those companies like the one you're in where they think it's okay to allow their employees to mess around at home all the time. I always knew that Trent was better than you, and it seems that my strict parenting with him has finally paid off, as we can really tell just how much more amazing he is. It is so pathetic that my older son is losing to his younger brother in life.
I'd like to ask you something, Mom. What would happen if Streeter & Sons ended up being the exact same as the company I work for and encourages their employees to work from home?
What?
That would mean Trent's work style would be the same as mine, and you don't like my style, right? If that ends up being the case, what'll you do to Trent?
I'll force him to leave that job and go somewhere else. But from what I've heard, that company is only hiring the best of the best when it comes to young men, so there's no need to worry about them asking their employees to work remotely. Oh, I am so excited for this next step with Trent leading the way. I want to see what he looks like when he puts on a suit for work every morning. Our conversation became a little derailed there, but now you understand what's going to happen here. I only need myself one son, and that son is the one I can brag about the most. Now that Trent will be making the big bucks within this company, I will no longer require an allowance from you. We're cutting ties now.
Listen, Mom, The job offering that Trent received has been voided now.
What?
Streeter and Sons just so happens to be my company.
Huh? That's where you're working right now?
That's right. Well, actually, I'm the one leading this company, since I'm the CEO of it.
Huh? You're the CEO of that company?
If you're not willing to believe me right now, go onto my company's website and scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. There, you'll see a picture of my face and a small little introduction of myself.
What is going on here? I never even heard about that.
Told you this 7 years ago, Mom. I told you about how I would be quitting the job I had and starting up my own company.
You started your own company?
At the time, I could tell you weren't listening to a word I said. But the fact that for the past 7 years you still have not noticed that I'm a CEO, I'm pretty surprised by that. Kind of insane when you really think about the fact that I'm your son.
About Trent's job offering being voided.
Now, that was something he wanted me to do, so you'll have to go have a word with him about it.
You go and cancel the voiding of his job offering right now.
Excuse me?
That's what I want you to do. I want you to put your brother in as good of a position as you are in right now.
What was that?
Yes, make him the vice president there, the COO. Heck, you could even give your brother your position and let him be the CEO now. Then that would make his income even more than yours, right?
You're stepping off the deep end now, Mom.
It's his older brother's company after all, so you have to make sure he gets a good job there, right? If you find it hard getting Trent into a very high-up position there, then you can start him off with a lower position, but make sure he's making 3 times as much as the rest of his coworkers.
How about you stop telling me what to do with my company, you unemployed rat?
What?
If I became some sort of corrupt CEO that began to favor my little brother over everyone else in this company, I'd be removed from this seat.
But, this is Trent we're talking about here.
And like I said, you are far from any position where you're allowed to tell me what to do with my company. And as I was saying, Trent asked for the job offer to be voided as he has other plans now.
What?
And so, I'm doing my job as his older brother and respecting what he's asked for.
You can't do that to him, though. You're going to turn your little brother into a NEET, just like you.
I'm sorry, but didn't I tell you to stop using that word? Also, he is an adult now and has the right to make whatever choices he wants regarding his own life. I'm getting a bit annoyed by this conversation now, so I'll be going.
Hold on a second, Cameron. Trent, big problem. Streeter and Sons, the company that you got that job offer from, happens to be your older brother's company.
What? I already know that, Mom.
What?
Why wouldn't I already know something like that? He's my older brother, and that's the company he started 7 years ago.
Then this whole thing about the job offering you were given being voided?
You want to ask about that? Well, I'd spoken with Cameron about this a while ago, but his company happened to be second on my list of companies I wanted to join. I didn't want to end up not finding a job after college, and so I kind of asked him to put in a good word for me at the HR department. So after telling his HR lead they were willing to give me an offering for a position, well, there. But when I was later offered a job at the company I wanted to join the most, I told Cameron it was okay to go ahead and void the offering.
Is that so? Then this must mean your number one company is an even better one, right?
Not really. I'm going to be joining a small family ranch out in Arizona, like I'd always wanted to do.
A ranch?
Look, I understand that someone like me always seems like the kind of person who would love to just sit around at an office job all day, but yeah, I've actually always loved the idea of becoming a cowboy. I've already found myself some housing out there and sent most of my things.
Since when did you do all of that?
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I made sure to have Dad co-sign on the place for me since I'm still young and don't have much of a credit score yet.
What? Your dad? Trent, where did you end up finding your dad's phone number?
I was told what his number is by Cameron, although it took a little bit of convincing on his end to do so.
What?
I've actually been talking with Dad, ever since you and him had that divorce a while back. You not know anything about that? I swore I had told you.
What the heck?
So I'm not sure why you're acting all speechless now, but that's what's happened so far. So I'll be moving out of your place now, heading out to Arizona to start my job.
Trent!
Arizona is pretty far away from here, so I probably won't be coming back here very often, if not at all. So enjoy yourself, Mom.
Trent! Oh, this can't be happening. You have to find yourself a job where you'll be making a lot of money and wearing a suit into work every day. I believed that you'd never end up like the person your older brother is. Oh, Trent, please. Respond to me, please. Cameron, whatever happened to this month's allowance from you?
Excuse me?
You've always sent me my $1,000 into my bank account by this time today. I just had a look at my bank account and there's still been no money from you.
You told me you don't need my money anymore.
Ugh.
Also, you cut ties to me a month ago, so what's all this about? Honestly, I just forgot to block your number. So I'll be handling that right now.
Wait a sec, Cameron!
Goodbye forever.
Cameron!
Well, back when my mom was talking with my little brother about his job, he was already boarding his plane to Arizona. The fact that her son, who she put so much effort into raising, was leaving her and going outside of her plan really set her off in a panic. One of the days I went into my office for a meeting, she followed me in with the intent of forcing me to tell her where he was working now. But I just told her that I didn't know. And she believed me. My mom actually doesn't even know that my brother and I are very close to one another, and we tell each other everything. Thinking that she was going to be living off favorite son from now on, my mom quit her part-time job entirely and was ready. But because Trent ran away from her, and she had already cut ties with me, she was forced to go back to that store and ask her manager to start working full-time. However, the manager found it way too funny that she had just quit, and was already back to asking for work again and told her to go look somewhere else. This ended up destroying whatever pride she had left in herself, and she began searching for an old folks' home to move into. She's not found a place that'll take her yet, so she had better hurry up and find one soon, or else she's gonna become homeless. But I'm not gonna step in if that does end up happening, as I'm no longer her son to her, but just another stranger, judging her from the outside. Thanks for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Dakota, hello. Has it been 3 years already? Wow, time really does fly when you're having a good time. You went and blocked me after the last time we chatted, so I went and got myself a brand new phone number to text you with. What? Gracie? Huh? Why are you reacting to me texting you after such a long time like that? You think you, of all people, have the right to be asking me what my reaction was just then, after everything you did? What are you talking about? I'm talking about how you stole my husband from me and made us get a divorce. Oh, that did happen, didn't it? At the time, you were married to Jeff, right? Well, after I went and stole him from you, things became a little bit distant between him and I, so I threw him aside. So we no longer need to talk about that. From now on, I'd like to start my new relationship with a new man. And you need to do the same thing for yourself here soon, Dakota. Right? Honestly, I don't really care what happened between you and Jeff anymore. And right now, the fact that you are texting me again after that event is frickin' vexing. What? Don't you start calling me annoying. Then don't even text me again, please. Goodbye. Wait! I have to tell you about who I'm going out with right now, and that's why I started to text you again. What do you think you're doing, leaving me before I even tell you what I have to say? I don't give a crap about whoever you're with now. Well, what if I told you I'm going out with your current husband now? What was that? My current husband, you say? Look at that. Now you seem to care. I knew you'd never be able to ignore me after saying that. No. Actually, after saying that, you've only gone and started to annoy me some more. Actually, it's been about 6 months now since I went and stole him from you. Your current husband is way more exciting than your first. He is far superior to that Jeff guy, and the way he acts around me is so gentlemanlike. We're just meant for one another. What? I'm single right now, though. Huh? Like I said, I'm single. No boyfriend, no fiancé, no husband. I'm not even having any fun with men right now. Ever since the divorce with Jeff happened, I haven't dated any men at all. There hasn't been anyone I've come to like that way. For the past 3 years, I've been completely free and have my own will again. Yet now you're back talking about how you're with my husband? Who are you even talking about right now? Oh, I see. I get it now. This is all too heartbreaking for you, isn't it? Just because you're feeling your gut tighten up with anxiety, it doesn't mean you can start to lie to me. Right now, I'm in a hotel with your husband, and we are getting it on. I know for a fact that you're lying, and it was all too easy for me to guess that. Hey, Gracie, I'm not joking around. I've seriously not gotten remarried since then. Then tell me, who is this man that I've been having so much fun with and letting do me raw all the time when we come out on these little nightly vacancies? You haven't given me a name or sent me a picture of him, so I have no clue who he is. Oh my God. So this is really devastating for you then, isn't it? And could it also be that since this is your second time losing a husband to me, your brain has become completely fried from the shock? Well, you need to get your memory back somehow, all right? Because it's no fun watching you just sit there saying you have no memory of who your husband is. The whole point of me stealing him from you is to watch you get all upset with me again and talk about wanting to off yourself and such. I think you are mentally screwed, Gracie. But it's just so much fun for me, especially when watching an old friend like you have a mental breakdown. I'm sure you were aware back in high school and college how I'd go and steal the men you loved, right? Seriously, the fact that you are so mentally screwed is making me want to call the police. I might honestly do that. This whole thing about you saying that man is my husband and all now, and talking about how you're now having sex with him all the time, I think you need some real dang help. Huh? So you're still going to lie to me? I'm just telling you the truth, Gracie. I think you need to find out again who that man you're with is and whose husband he is, because I know 100% that he's not mine. He most likely has nothing to do with me in the first place. I told you already, he is your husband. That's what he keeps telling me. There's no way that I'm making a mistake here. Well, I have no idea who he could be then. And from what I can tell, this conversation is meaningless because you keep forcing it to go on a loop. Bye. Huh? What the heck? I'm going to bust that lying thick skull of yours right open. I'll show you.
Dakota, this is Jeff. Long time no see. I'm only texting you because I have something I'd like to ask. Is that alright?
What? The only reason I haven't already blocked you yet is because you're still working on paying off the settlement I'd asked for 3 years ago. You understand that very clearly, right?
I know. Look, I totally agree that I'm not in the position to be texting you like this. But for my own sake, I have something I wanted to check with you about.
Well, then make it fast.
Thank you. Did you get remarried? No, I totally understand that you don't want someone like me asking you a personal question like that, but this is about Gracie.
Gracie?
Well, I'm not sure why she was doing this in the first place, and if she meant it as a form of messing around with me, but yesterday she had messaged me. She was going on about how she had stolen her husband from you again, and this new man is far better than me. Well, I kind of understood what was wrong with that woman back when she ran away from me, and since then I haven't really had any desire to want to talk with her again.
So Gracie is still going on about how she's stolen my supposed husband?
What?
About 3 months ago or so, she was telling me the exact same thing, about how she had stolen my husband. None of it made any sense at all to me, so I just stopped texting her and left it. Were you able to hear from her at all who the man is that she's with and calling my husband?
Yeah. He was working at the same company as me before, and his name is Titus. Though he was never that great of a worker in the company, so I don't ever remember much about him besides his face.
I see. I have no memory of a Titus.
Oh, so this means you haven't gotten remarried yet?
That's right. There is no husband.
And how about thoughts about you and I getting back together?
Shut the hell up, Jeff.
What I thought. Sorry for asking. I won't say anything else.
However, thank you for letting me know about this. I happen to have a friend still working at the company you were at before, so when I have some time, I'll ask them to look into this Titus guy for me.
Well, if there's anything you need help with, let me know. Of course, after what happened 3 years ago, I'm sure you don't want me around.
That's right. But if you hear anything from Gracie, let me know about it.
Sounds good.
Dakota, I've really gone and done it this time. And this time, you can no longer even try getting away with lying about not having a husband right now. That's because your husband got me pregnant. Well, actually, I already knew I was pregnant a little while back. It's been around 6 months now since I first found out, but I wanted to wait until my belly started to get a bit bigger before telling you. At this point, I have no choice but to have the baby for him, and that will force you to have to divorce him, right? Oh my God, life is always filled with the unexpected. At first, I was just planning on taking your husband from you for however long things could last before I got bored, and then toss him aside as well. But this guy is the most amazing man I have ever been with. He has the best features, and his face is perfect for me. And above all that, me getting married to the man I stole from you would be a good send-off before your trip into a deep depression, right? When he told me that he wanted to marry me so much that he'd make me pregnant with his kid, I was over the moon with joy. From that moment on, he and I have felt even more close to one another. And after a few weeks at a hotel nearby, I became pregnant. Hey, how about you respond to me now? I get that this is all terribly heartbreaking for you, but there's no point in you lying to me anymore about being single. All right? Hurry up and get that divorce for me now. Hey, Dakota, I've seen that you read my text from yesterday, but the fact that you still haven't replied to me tells me there is something wrong with your head. I'm about to have a baby here soon, and you are holding up the process for my man and I. You have to divorce him now. Hi, Gracie. What perfect timing. I was just thinking about getting back to you. Well, so you're finally going to agree to divorce your husband for me? No, because like I've said plenty of times now, I'm single. Huh? You are still trying to fight me on this? Just stop talking for a second, all right? I have something I need to check with you about now, Gracie, and it is very, very important. What? Gracie, have you ever been stalked by someone before? What? Stalked by someone? I'm talking about the time between you leaving Jeff and now. Yes. There have been a few times now, actually. But after I went and gave him a little action, he left me alone for good. What? You and that stalker? I've done things like that before in the past to get men to leave me alone, so I did the same thing with him, and after he was happy, he left me alone. That's right. This last time, he was a total turnoff. His looks were awful, and that face was like that of an alien. Yet he still thought he could get with me. Well, I knew that as long as I pleased him that one time, he'd leave me alone forever. So I slept with him for 2 hours that day. But I do have to say, that did leave me with a little bit of trauma. I told myself that once I had finished up with that stalker, I would never ever do anything with an ugly man again. Did you get the name of that stalker or any other identification? We were only together one time, so I had no reason to ask for his name. Then, what would happen if that man you called ugly back then went and got plastic surgery and then showed back up in your face again? What? Plastic surgery? And what if he told you he wanted to have a serious relationship now? Wanted to marry you and everything? What? I would never bother with him. Naturally, he's ugly, so no matter what he does to change his appearance, I would never want to have a relationship. By the way, why are we talking about this right now? I see. So you still don't get it then, do you? That's why I'm wondering what's going on here. That whole story with that stalker is over now, and I fixed the problem I had. No, you didn't. You might think you fixed that problem. But while you've been completely oblivious to it, that man has been moving along with a very dark plan that he made up. What are you talking about? What dark plan? That stalker of yours that I just mentioned, the one that got plastic surgery and everything? Well, he got you to think that he was married to me, and his name is Titus. Huh? You know how Jeff and Titus used to work together back at Jeff's old company? Well, I happen to have a friend still working at that company, and so they went and talked with Titus about a few things while out drinking. The reason he first started to stalk you was because back in the day you were waiting for Jeff outside the office and Titus saw you and immediately fell in love. What? After that, he learned about how you and Jeff broke up, and that's what turned him into your stalker. And after some time, you went and had that 2-hour pleasure time with him, and that only strengthened his desire for you further. So in order to become the man you dreamed of having, he went online and started searching for all the men you follow on social media, as well as learned about how you had always been stealing my significant others away from me. He changed his face to match the faces of those men you liked so much, and changed his backstory to sound like he had become my next husband. This then led to you falling for him immediately, and he then was able to get you pregnant with his kid. And now, here we are. What? What if I told you that everything you've been a part of with that man has all been part of your stalker's plan? What? In order to go through all that plastic surgery, Titus used up all of his savings. And then in order to take you out to those hotels all the time, he started to borrow money. So he's in debt? And don't forget that he went and changed his whole appearance for you, so everyone at the office talks about what happened to him all the time. He went and got rid of his former self, all in order to force his way into your life. You should be more accepting of his strong desire to be with you over any other woman on this planet. No! How could I ever marry an ugly man like that? How could I ever be able to give birth to that ugly man's child? No! This is what you wanted. I didn't know all of that happened, though. Help me, Dakota. Why should I? Because he's your husband. That's right. He is my husband, isn't he? Just like how the sun is the color pink, and how rocks are mammals. Let me come hide at your place. I'm coming to your house right now. If you're talking about my parents' house, that place is no longer standing. It was demolished years ago, and there's a new house there. Huh? It's not there anymore? My older brother and his wife took that land and built their new house on it, so I moved out of town and am living somewhere completely different. So don't even bother with me, Gracie. What? And if you'd like to know, your parents' house is also gone now. Huh? Because of what you did 3 years ago, your parents both disowned you, right? They couldn't risk you trying to come back to them after that, and so they both decided to sell their house and move away from here for good. I'm not sure where they moved to, though. I'm sure you could go out and try looking for them, but that would be a hard thing to do when you're going to have a baby soon and a husband. No way! Then, what am I supposed to do? There's only one thing left you can do. What is that? Marry Titus and become his childbearing wife, right? What? Your last name would be Dingerfell, right? Gracie Dingerfell. That sounds pretty great to me. No! Help me, Dakota! There's nothing I can do for you. Nothing I'd want to do for you, to be honest. No! Goodbye forever, Gracie. I know that I told her I couldn't do anything for her, but I had actually gotten Gracie's mother's phone number a while back, and she had just texted me asking how Gracie was doing since we started talking again, and I told her daughter was just fine. In the end, Gracie got married to Titus, although they didn't have a wedding for their marriage or anything like that, because Titus didn't have any money left and Gracie was going into labor. And so right after their visit to the courthouse to get married, she gave birth to their baby. Gracie was not a fan of her baby because the moment it came out of her, she could see that it resembled the natural version of Titus, which she called ugly. But there was nothing she could do about her baby at that point, so she just began bawling her eyes out over her new life, which had just begun. And because Gracie no longer had a single person to rely on for help, she was forced to work with Titus's family, who were all monsters of their own. Apparently his mother was also looking forward to having a daughter-in-law, all with the hopes of making them her slave. And so, after having her baby, Gracie was subjected to a lot of terrible moments with her mother-in-law, which started with her having to move in with Titus's parents because, once again, they didn't have any money to go anywhere otherwise. Titus's mother also blamed Gracie for him getting into debt and forced her to start working in order to pay his debt off for him. And not too long after all that started, Titus's mother told them she didn't want a grandchild anymore, and so she had Gracie's parents come and take that baby away. And, well, Titus was totally okay with her decision to do that with his baby, and even told Gracie that it was the right decision, because he couldn't handle all the baby's crying. By this point, though, Gracie was already pretty much dead inside, so losing her own baby to her parents, who both cut ties to her, didn't even faze her. Well, that's at least what everyone thinks when looking into her now soulless eyes. Anyway, that baby hasn't done anything wrong to deserve to grow up in a terrible household such as that, so I'm completely fine with the outcome there. And that means I can finally relax and forget about Gracie for good.
Yolanda, excuse me, but there's something I need to discuss with you. All the things from my locker, they've been thrown out all over the corridor floor. Why would you do such a thing?
Huh? I don't know about any of that. This has nothing to do with me. Why the heck are you accusing me?
Because I went to security and had them check the surveillance cam footage. I saw you and your 3 buddies taking all the stuff from my locker. You're not worming your way out of this. I have the evidence.
If you must know, I did it because you were using the lockers without permission. You're not allowed to have a locker.
Huh? Why not? The department manager said it was okay for me to use the lockers if I wanted to.
You might not know this because you've still only been at this company for 3 days, but temps aren't allowed to use the lockers. Didn't you see? It's written on the door in big bold letters. Employee use lockers.
Sure, you're right, it does say that. So where are you suggesting I put my things while I'm at work?
I don't know. I don't give a crap about temp workers like you, so I certainly don't give a crap about your things. Not my problem. Why don't you leave your stuff outside in the car park or something?
Outside? Also, about my things, it's almost definitely because you and your friends threw them all out in the corridor. But my wristwatch and my second pair of backup glasses are broken.
Not my problem. This is what you get for buying cheap, easily broken junk. Oopsie, what am I saying? Obviously, the kind of low IQ, brain-dead moron who works as an agency temp is never going to be able to afford high-quality, luxury goods that don't break as soon as the wind blows on them. I guess junk is all you can afford. But you should have thought about that when you broke the company rules.
You go on about rules, but there's nothing like that written in the terms and conditions of my employment contract. And no one told me anything about not being able to use lockers. To the contrary, like I just told you, our head of department actually told me I could use them.
God, do you ever shut up? There are such things as unspoken rules, you know. Are you too brain dead to know even that? How many years have you been working now?
Sure, I know things like unspoken rules exist, but even if for the sake of argument we accept that I did unknowingly break one, I don't think I deserve to have my personal belongings destroyed in a revenge attack. Not only that, but you even stole something. Don't you think you took this too far?
Huh? I didn't steal a thing. Lies.
Do you want me to keep repeating myself? Like I said, I saw the surveillance footage. You put my bracelet in your pocket, didn't you?
You call that theft? How rude. I just decided to look after it for you. It would have been careless of me to leave it lying around in a corridor.
Why would you only take the bracelet but be more than happy to leave the rest of my valuables lying around? No matter which way you look at it, your behavior makes no sense.
Gah, you're so annoying. Nag, 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 nag. Shut up already. A filthy temp worker like you has no right to speak to me like this. I'm a full-time employee at this company, you hear me? Full-time! If you don't shut your annoying mouth right now, I might just forget to give you your bracelet back. Is that what you want?
That's theft. Give me it back immediately.
You got some nerve. You do well to not make me angry, bitch. If you do, you'll regret it. Do I make myself clear?
Yolande, would you mind explaining what the hell you think you're doing?
Oh, back for more whining, are we? What are you crying about this time?
Don't play dumb with me. I saw you running away. What gives you the right to pour a bucket of water over my head in the corridor like that? Not only that, but it was full to the brim and ice cold. I'm soaking wet though, thanks to you, idiot.
Oh, are you sure? That's such a shame. That's what you get for breaking the rules. Maybe now you'll be more careful in the future. I know you tried to use a staff cafeteria today. Don't you dare use a staff cafeteria, you filthy temp. How many times do I have to tell you?
But Yolande, you didn't mention anything about the cafeteria until yesterday.
No, actually, I told you at least 10 times by now. You just forgot because you're a moron with the memory of a goldfish. I already told you that when staff only is written in big bold letters, that means it's for staff only. Will it go in this time? Will the pea-brained moron with an IQ lower than my unborn baby nephew's age finally understand? Are you so dumb? You can't even follow basic instructions? It would be tragic if it wasn't so hilarious.
That's funny. You see, the department manager told me I was allowed to use the staff cafeteria.
He was just being polite. He didn't mean it. Don't ever try to go in there again, do you hear me? It's against the rules. If filthy temp scum start coming into the staff cafeteria, I'll lose my appetite because of the smell. If an ugly cave troll who smells like last week's leftovers like you enters my field of vision, it'll make me want to throw up.
What does that have to do with pouring an ice-cold bucket of water over my head?
Well, you see, you're such a smelly, low IQ moron. I very kindly went out of my way to give you your first wash in years. I thought maybe you'd be smart enough to see the connection between that and your egregious wool breaking in the staff cafeteria, but obviously not. The only solution for a smelly moron like you is a cold water bucket bath. So that's why, dummy.
That doesn't justify what you did. Luckily, I had a change of clothes available. But just because I went into the staff cafeteria doesn't give you any right to pour a bucket of water over my head. And if you think it does, you're deranged and need professional help. Anyway, something tells me that's not the only reason. Are you sure this wasn't revenge? Because I refused to make those presentation slides for you when you tried forcing an entire week's worth of your work on me in the office before lunch?
Why did you bother asking me why I did it if you already knew the answer? Does this mean you'll do the slides now? I had to ask someone else to do it because you said no, but I lost valuable time that I'll never get back thanks to your selfishness.
Yolande, you were asking me to do your job. The only responsible for doing your job is you. Stop trying to force it on others like it's your inalienable natural right.
Unlike filthy temp scum like you, I'm actually busy. I have a bunch of things to keep on top of, and I didn't have time to make that dumb presentation. And besides, when we have low IQ temp morons like you around, why shouldn't I make use of them?
How can you claim to be busy when I saw you slacking off in the staff room with your lackeys? You slack off on your responsibilities and try forcing them onto others. Instead of doing your job, you spend all of your time harassing the new temp. What's the point of you even working at this company?
Wow, you're the cockiest, most arrogant piece of crap I've ever met. It looks like you still didn't learn your lesson, huh? Should I get another bucket ready? I bet you don't have a third change of clothes. If you don't want to go home soaking wet through like sorry-ass sewer rat, then I suggest you shut your annoying mouth.
You're so deranged and devoid of reason, I can only conclude there's nothing to be gained from any further discussion with you. If I were you, I'd stop behaving so arrogantly. You might end up regretting it very soon.
Oh, what's this? Is the sore loser threatening me? A low IQ temp worker trying to act cool and imposing? Now I've seen it all. This is hilarious. Hey, guess what, bitch? I left some extra work on your desk. I want all of those presentation slides, plus the quality reports and the formatting on the NDA agreements done by tomorrow morning. You know what that means? Overtime. Congrats, Violet. You better not go home until every last piece of that work is done, or there'll be hell to pay. Do I make myself clear? This is a direct order from an actual employee of this company. Ooh, what's this? I hear you're quitting the company. The department manager just told me.
Yep, today's my last day and I'll be leaving for good at the end of my shift. You really have been a big help to me during my short stay here, Yolande. Thank you so much for everything.
I can't believe you got fired within a month of being dispatched here. This is so funny, I can't stop laughing. My stomach literally hurts. It must be so hard for pea-brain temps like you to get along in the world. I almost feel bad for you. Almost. I'll tell you what though, Violet. I'm gonna feel so relieved to see the back of you. I can't wait. I may throw a little party to celebrate the occasion. Me and the girls. A bottle of champagne and plenty of laughs at your expense. Good luck getting a full-time contract somewhere before you kill yourself due to the shame of your endless failures. I doubt there's any company that desperate, though.
That's fine, Yolande. I appreciate the thought, but you don't have to worry about me one bit. I'm already a full-time employee after all. I'm also much higher up than you.
Huh? What the heck? You're a filthy temp worm, higher than me?
I work for our parent company.
Huh?
You see, your company has a worryingly high turnover rate for young and temporary workers. It got pulled up recently during an investigation at the parent company. I'm part of the investigation team that got sent down to your office to figure out why so many people are quitting within their first couple of weeks there. Obviously, I had to keep it a secret because everyone would be on their best behavior if they knew they were under observation. But having the element of secrecy on my side helped me to get to the bottom of why so many people are leaving much faster than I expected.
Huh? What? An investigation? I don't know what the heck any of this means. You're from the parent company? You?
Yes, that's right. If you don't believe me, you're free to make an inquiry. All information regarding my dispatch will be public record soon enough. Basically, Yolande, my work here is done. And to tell you the truth, thanks to you, I got done way quicker than I expected to. I'm going back to my usual job at the parent company tomorrow.
No. Wait just a second. What the hell's a turnover rate investigation? I've never heard of that before. And why did you get your job done quickly thanks to me? I don't understand.
During my short time as an investigative operative here, I was able to ascertain that the reason the young and temporary employees were quitting the company in droves was because of you and some others who associate with you at the company. We're bullying them so relentlessly that they didn't want to work here anymore. I was also a target of your malicious attacks in the form of having work that wasn't mine forced on me, having a bucket of water poured over my head, theft, and plain old verbal abuse. I could go on, but I think you get the picture. I have been making routine reports to my superior at the parent company, but tomorrow I'll be submitting a comprehensive dossier of all harassment received during my time here.
What? Whoa. A comprehensive dossier? Does it mean I'll get in trouble? Wait a second, no. You can't do this.
After my submission of the dossier to the disciplinary team, I presume there'll be all sorts of things they'll need you to work with them on. So allow us to extend our thanks in advance for your understanding and cooperation.
No, you can't do this. I said wait. What the hell is this? Are you trying to say it's my fault the Teps keep quitting?
To be honest, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It is my strong belief that your inappropriate behavior towards our temporary staff is the primary reason for their early departures from the company.
Well, you're wrong. I never meant to make anyone quit. Besides, what did I do wrong? This is just how people are with temps and newbies in the workplace. If I didn't put them in their place, they'd get too big for their boots, and then everyone would suffer. I did it for the good of the company.
In what ways is your behavior for the good of the company, Yolande? Your department is already chronically understaffed as it is, so please explain to me in what way viciously bullying new and temporary employees, on whose shoulders the future of the company rests, into quitting possibly benefits the company. To the contrary, I put it to you that your childish and irresponsible behavior, which you engaged in for nothing more than your own sick self-satisfaction, has done nothing but damage to the company.
Well, that.
Do you have any examples of the company suffering negatively due to the effects of new or temporary employees getting too big for their boots? Is there something wrong with them being able to do their job in a comfortable, stress-free work environment?
Well, don't they just make you sick? Seeing those filthy low IQ temp workers being treated the same as me, despite the fact that they could never dream to become a full-timer like I am, makes my blood boil. I am a full-time employee, do you hear me? Full-time! How can you expect a company to succeed when a bunch of wet behind-the-ears little brats can just waltz in off the street and get treated the same, and those of us who worked and slaved away for countless years get a full-time contract?
So what you're saying, Yolande, is that this is purely a matter of your feelings. You claim you did it all for the company, but really, that's what it comes down to, right? This company's valued employees are not your playthings.
Wait, hang on a sec. So let me get this straight. You're telling me those filthy, good-for-nothing temps are more important to you than me? Someone on a full-time contract?
Yes, actually. In a choice between you, who spends all of your time either bullying your coworkers, palming your work onto them, or just being generally useless, and the hardworking young staff and temporary workers you made quit, the latter wins every time.
What the heck? That's so messed up. Are you looking down on me? You are, aren't you? Get off your high horse, you pompous, old corporate hag. You're not better than anyone.
Actually, I put it to you that you're the one who looks down on people. Do you still not get it?
Get what?
You understand what happens to you when I hand in that dossier tomorrow, don't you? This company has no need for an employee who upsets the atmosphere and makes quality staff feel like they have no choice but to quit. Here's an interesting one for you. What if we didn't leave it there? What if I and the rest of the employees you bullied relentlessly took you to court for harassment?
What? You wouldn't.
All of my things you broke, my clothes you drenched in water, the bracelet you stole, not to mention the huge record of chat logs I have of you abusing and slandering me. What if I printed those out? Then, to top it all off, what if I submitted the footage of you stealing all the things from my locker to the court? I'm fully prepared to speak to the parent company's in-house lawyer if that's what I need to do.
No, wait. Please don't do anything drastic. Surely, there's no need to go making such a big deal out of this. Can't we just talk this through like adults, babe? We can, right?
Since when do you call me babe, Yolande? I'm not your subordinate, and I'm not your friend.
Oh, no, well, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it.
I have no interest in hearing your apologies. You'll be attending a court of inquiry over the coming days. All we'll be needing from you is to hear your version of events and for you to answer our questions. You'll probably receive instruction to make your way to the parent company HQ shortly. We look forward to seeing you there.
No, please wait. Please. Won't you just hear me out here instead? Why do we have to do an inquiry? I'm really sorry. I mean it. I'll never do it again. I swear. I'll never be mean to anyone again for as long as I live. I'm begging you.
Whether you beg me or not makes no difference. Your fate is in the hands of the dismissals board now. All I'm going to do is report by name the employee responsible for causing me and the other staff discomfort and distress, based on the things I saw and heard during my time conducting my investigation at the company.
No, why won't you listen to me? Seriously, I'm begging you. Just stop. Do you have any idea how mad my dad will be with me if I lose this job? I'm super sorry.
In terms of being a decent human being, sorry is a good start. But this goes beyond that now, and will be dealt with through the proper channels. We haven't known each other long, but it's been interesting to meet you, Yolande. I suspect we'll be meeting again shortly. Goodbye for now.
No, wait, please wait. Just give me another minute. Please, don't do this.
Within a few days, a court of inquiry was opened at corporate HQ. Yolande, her boss, and all three of her lackeys were all summoned and asked a sequence of questions. When the articles of evidence I submitted were presented, Yolande and her partners in crime's faces turned as white as sheets. After that, to my surprise, surplus evidence was presented which proved Yolande to be guilty of misappropriation of corporate funds over a several-year period. With that, she had so little color left in her face, we thought she might actually faint. She received a disciplinary discharge in the end, and all three of her lackeys took pay cuts and demotions. To add insult to injury, after she lost her job, all of her victims banded together to file criminal charges against her and take her to court. Things are still in the preliminary proceeding stage, but whether they settle outside of court or end up taking it all the way, she's set to lose an awful lot of money. Let this episode serve as a reminder. In some form or other, this is the fate that awaits all who bully and victimize those they perceive to be weaker than themselves. Hopefully, Yolande uses the experience as an opportunity to become a better person. As for me, thanks to the role I played in today's events, I received both a pay rise and a promotion. I was able to claim for the things that got broken on company expenses. Also, I was showered with gratitude by the other staff Yolande has been bullying, and one of them even bought me a box of chocolates. It was when I saw the relieved smiles on their faces that I knew I did the right thing in tolerating her abuse for long enough to damn her to rights. I'm not going to let this make me complacent, though. I know I still have a lot to learn and a long way to go at this company, and I intend to work as hard as I can to fulfill my potential.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.